Magic 97.7, 24 minutes away from 9 o'clock when we'll have our final extended news report of the morning, unless there's any major breaking news. And being a Tuesday, and it's close to 8:35, time for a weekly installment of Good Policies with Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance Agency. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Jeff.
Do you have any frost on your windshield this morning like I did?
Not on the windshield, but the tonneau cover on my truck had a little bit of frost on it, so scraped it off. Not really.
Second morning in 3 days for me.
Well, you live up in Newark.
I live up, literally.
That's, the rule of thumb here is that if you're in Newark, in similar towns, by the way, but Newark certainly is one of them, winter starts in September and ends in May. So, that's...
Not quite. But...
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, so we talk about how you can get the most out of your insurance with this, which is why it's termed Good Policies. Mike, what direction do you want to lead us in this morning?
Today, it's going to sound like a TV show. Lost payees and mortgagees is what we're going to talk about today.
All right, start us off. I'll see if I can keep up with you.
Well, we're seeing an increased amount of letters being sent out to consumers. Let's say you have an auto loan. You get this letter from the company that you have your loan with, whether it be a credit union or a bank, it doesn't matter. It's just a financial institution. And it says, oh, you don't have insurance. You have to prove to us you have insurance. Go to this website or call this number or fax here or do this. And it can be kind of scary when you get that, right? You go, oh my God, I have insurance. I know I have insurance. Well, what we're finding is that a lot of these financial institutions have gone out to third-party vendors, who really only have one job, and that's to process insurance information. And apparently they don't know how to do it. So we find, and this is everyone, I actually could have a full-time person at my office just to keep the financial institutions up to date on the information, because so many people get these letters saying that they don't have proof of insurance, even though it was mailed. Mortgagees, same thing. We're going to force place homeowners insurance upon you because we don't have proof that your homeowner policy is in place. I got one of those last week. My homeowner policy is active and renews October 23rd. So I'm like, what's going on? So that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for me, where I'm like, all right, that's it. This is going to warrant a conversation, because if so many people are getting these, it can be very intimidating and scary when you get that letter.
Well, does that mean then, and I'm following along here, does that mean then that a said financial institution can then
force place insurance upon you?
Well, would that also mean that they would stop? They would say you have to pay us back?
No. So the contractual obligation that you're entering into when you are getting a loan on a car or a mortgage on a house, or even a home equity line of credit or a second mortgage, what have you, is that you have this is what you have. You have this asset that is securing the loan, right? So the car is securing the loan, the home is securing the loan, the business is, so if you failure to insure that, that's a huge exposure, because if there's a loss to that asset that's securing the loan, the bank could be held, holding the bag. So they don't want that. So they want to make sure that you are holding up to your end of the deal of keeping that insured asset, or that asset insured, rather. I said it backwards. And so it's just a requirement. And a lot of the financial institutions can force place insurance upon you if you fail to provide proof of insurance. In fact, a lot of those letters will indicate that that's the right of the financial institution to do that. And again, that just adds to kind of the scary connotation of those letters.
Well, I haven't got much of a lending history recently, just because I can't afford to pay anything back. But I can remember an instance or two earlier on in my life where I went to the bank to apply for a personal loan for whatever, and I had to put something up for collateral. So, for example, my car was worth $5,000. I wanted to borrow $4,000. Is this the similar?
So
to
the
what
collateral
we're
of what? Yeah. So that in that case, you're using collateral as opposed to financing a specific piece. You're using collateral to secure a loan. People do that a lot for home equity line of credit, for any kind of refinancing. They might, they're going to have a piece of collateral, and that needs to be protected. And it's in the financial institution's best interest for it to be covered. And if they do force place insurance on you, it's going to be through kind of I don't even know who it would be with, but they do have access to a carrier that they work with. And it's going to be expensive, and it's only going to protect their interests in your home or your auto. So you're not protected. Their financial exposure is protected. So, but the crux of the conversation this morning is not to go to that point. Don't let a bank force place insurance on you. It shouldn't never get there. But I think the biggest thing is I want people to know that those letters are everywhere. They're running rampant, and it's nothing to be afraid of. The easiest, best thing you can do when you get that letter, take a picture of it and text it or email it to your insurance agent, and they'll go, yep, seen 20 of these today, and they'll take care of it on the spot. That's what we do all the time.
All right, so I'm going to err on the consumer's side here. Is it best advice then to immediately contact your insurance company or the financial lending institution?
I would call your insurance and or even if you have access to the data or the documentation that they're looking for, you can do it. But at this point, I've done it so much, and everyone at my office has done it so much. We're pretty well, we can almost do it with our eyes closed and our hands tied behind our back of making sure that they get that documentation. And all it is, because when you get your updated policy documents, the financial institutions are getting them at about the same time because they go out in the mail the same day from every insurance carrier that I work with. In fact, I would dare say every insurance carrier. So it's really a matter of processing errors that, there are humans involved in this, and human error can occur to different levels of frequency. So I just don't want people to, one, be concerned because they're okay, and two, think that your insurance failed to do their job, because they did do their job. It's just somebody missed it somewhere. So,
well, the reason for my question is nobody likes to give out personal information like that, because there are other things that are attached to it. So that was why we asked that.
Yeah.
That is definitely a new subject and a new topic for us, Mike. Thanks an awful lot.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is that if you have a loan on a vehicle or a mortgage on a home, and you are so fortunate to be paying that off and not have it any longer, make sure you let your insurance know about that. And the reason I bring that up is because when insurance is necessary, we very much become aware of it. When insurance is no longer necessary, it's not so much in your face. They don't necessarily send release letters to us. So it's really upon you, the insurer, to say, hey, look, I paid off the loan on my 2017 car. Can you please remove that from my policy? Will it affect your premium? No. But it will make it so you're not mailing proof of insurance to a financial institution that no longer has an interest in your vehicle.
Interesting subject, and it's going to spark a conversation.
I hope so.
Tell them how to get in touch with you.
Sure, give us a call, 748-5224. You can find us on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury with a brand new catch basin in our driveway. We had an excavation company there fixing our drain because it had sunk. You can also find us online, thebarrettagency.com, Google, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Just look for Barrett Insurance Agency.
And as always, Tuesday mornings at 8:35, Magic in the Morning, and music coming your way from Andy Grammer.